Portland appears to be the latest city that will see federal troops on its streets. Trump says he's sending troops authorizing full force if necessary to handle what he calls domestic terrorists. Oregon Governor Tina Kotek accused Trump of abusing his authority by ordering troops into a city she says is doing just fine on its own. The directive comes after the president signed an executive order to place National Guard troops in Memphis, Tennessee, and deploy troops in both Los Angeles and here in Washington, D.C. For more, let's bring in our Melissa Adan. Melissa, how soon are we looking at these federal boots on the ground, and what are they going to be doing?
Exactly, Elizabeth. At this point, there's no clear timeline, right? We do know that Secretary Pete Hegseth ordered those 200 troops just yesterday to be deployed under federal authority, but they don't have that exact timeline nor exactly where they will be deployed. What we do know is that President Trump has asked that the troops protect the ICE facilities. But look, Elizabeth, this is not going to go down without a fight, right? Already, the state and city of Oregon have sued the Trump administration over this. And look, Portland's mayor and the governor of Oregon are vehemently against the mobilization of troops to the state and the city. Already, Governor Tina Kotek over the weekend reaching out to the White House, she questioned the move and she stated that, look, there is no national security threat in Portland, and she says their communities are safe. Elizabeth?
There were already some protests there over the weekend, too, Melissa. Is that right?
Exactly, Elizabeth. So when you keep that in mind, look at the example, right? This is what went down on Sunday. We saw that there was a march in downtown Portland. Police tell us there were no issues. Then in South Portland, outside of an ICE building, that's where crowds moved in and around the building at one moment. A car was surrounded by crowds. Officers there say they saw some clashes between the protest of opposing views. They did have arrests there. One of a 17-year-old for assault and another 38-year-old man also arrested for assault later in the evening. But Portland police officers saying that, look, there was no use of force during either of those protests by their officers, and that they mentioned that the earlier downtown march was peaceful, as you see here in this video on our screen. So it is something to note that this was just Sunday, and this is how the city of Portland is reacting. Elizabeth?
Melissa Adan following this for us. Thanks so much, Melissa.